which has not been featured so much in the bans tonight, however, has been picked quite a lot. And is one of those champions that can do really well, or maybe even not have that much of an impact on your team. So they've obviously chosen to leave him open from this one. Nunu also picked up there.
And Nunu did very well last game. I mean, he was in the top lane with that Ezreal, gave him the attack speed, yeah, but his slows, his ultimate, like the turnaround, the 2v3 turnaround they had just because of the ultimate alone.
So good.
Made it so they could win that fight and snowball to where he was. He was 11-1, I believe, at the end of that game. 12-1? I don't know. It's ridiculously high.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
There is a Cogmore picked up, which doesn't surprise me considering Nunu's on the other team and Ezreal's banned. They may have wanted to be going for that Cogmore Nunu pick, obviously. So strong with Blood Boil on his Cogmore, especially as the game gets later. The Zyra pickup we saw last game, middle Zyra, could be a support Zyra, which we've seen being used fairly commonly as well.
Yeah, and not to mention, it's a very good combo with that Skarner. Though we do have Orianna open, and I would actually expect that to be picked up out of KMT just because of how well it works against that Skarner ultimate. Though I guess we will find out here very shortly. Overpower going to be, well, I'm not going to say choosing his AP middle, but they don't necessarily want to not choose
Kha'Zix. I don't think I've seen a Kha'Zix in competitive play up till now.
I have not.
Which excites me, and there is a Zilean. We saw Zilean being played by...
Wait,
didn't they play
Jungle
Zilean?
Kha'Zix or Jungle Shen? Yeah, we did see Zilean played. Curse actually played him. Extinct had him. Did very well with him. Actually, I think there might be a Jungle Shen and a top lane Kha'Zix. They can always switch it up depending on who the top laner will be. But with that Zilean ultimate, it makes it so you can run a top bruiser as heavy or damage heavy as you want because they can come right back up with the Zilean. Not to mention the speed buff, which is going to be very nice. And the speed reduction out of Nunu and attack speed reduction. But Zyra with that ultimate will be very nice to kind of counter that. Being able to knock up as many people as she lands it on as a potential Aurelia being picked here for the top lane.
Yeah, and that's an interesting thing because Sona for me is one of the stronger Skarner counter picks, actually. You know, when he's running in towards your team and that crescendo gets in there. But as you said, Nunu can do like almost the same job as well once he gets his absolute zero down. Yeah. Makes it very hard then for Skarner to feel comfortable to keep going in and stuff like that. So let's see how this one all goes. And it's going to be a Xerath middle.
Really?
Charu is a incredible Xerath player. I want to... There's a Rengar. Rengar and Kha'Zix on the same team. I just want to click on Charu's profile and have a look. Which obviously just totally breaks the entire overlay. Yeah, his most played champions actually don't include the Xerath. But he is a very good... I've seen him play Xerath before in Go For All EU Nordic and East, and there is the leave out. So it may not have been Rengar there at the end.
Yeah, most
you have to bear in mind that these two teams are both Nordic East. But... if you look at their elos, they don't play much on Nordic and East.
Do many people play on Nordic or East?
Well, that's I think that's...
I mean, even Moscow 5 plays on EU West.
Yeah, because it's where the competitive scene is, actually. You know, it's great to be able to play on Nordic and East and go for alls and stuff, but really most of the big qualifiers and big tournaments are all on EU West. So, yeah, not sure what that last bit was all about. They had Rengar in there before they switched. Yeah.
Maybe Kha'Zix Rengar lane. No. It's obviously waiting.
Maybe Kha'Zix. No. Oh? Maybe Kha'Zix Rengar lane.
Why does it take him so long to actually start up the game so we can find out who that last pick is? But who do you think would fit well? Because you have that Nunu support.
Nunu?
You have
They
Kha'Zix
didn't have an
Shen.
AD carry, that's why, right? That's what they were missing.
Kha'Zix, Shen, Nunu, Zilean.
You're going to go, obviously, Cogmore. I would have said Cogmore fits so nicely into that, like with having the Zilean there as well and with the Blood Boil, but obviously that can't happen because MYM have Cogmore.
Corki, I'm calling it.
Yeah?
Because that's Skarner. You have to be able to get away from him, and he has a longer range than Grace has on Quick Draw. Actually, can't go back
Caitlyn.
into...
It's Caitlyn.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Did not expect
And a Rengar.
That. So Kha'Zix
was actually a place. Damn it! We were so sure we were going to see a Kha'Zix for the first time, but obviously.
If only.
Yeah, and the great thing is for Caitlyn, you know, in the farming stages of the game, before Kog'Maw really gets to his most lethal, she's got the range. She's got the range on everyone, that's for sure.
Yeah, and the attack speed's going to be very nice.
The attack speeds with the Nunu is always great. She's got the net, actually, that she can obviously fire in front of her and knock her back out of reach of Skarner and slow him if she actually does it perfectly.
Not to mention, Zyra really can't get to her to do any damage.
Yeah.
The Grassroots is a really long range, but I think Caitlyn, I mean, just if you run backwards for a split second, you will outrange it, just if you're as long as you're playing max range.
Yeah. So, I like the setup. I always like a Zilean. I'm a real big fan of Zilean. I'm rubbish at playing him. I actually started out playing a lot of Zilean early on. Actually, there was one game that I played in ranked with a Zilean that you were watching me, and I was dominating faces with him. But, yeah, still.
But, yeah, that was back in the day.
Back in the day of Season 1, maybe.
So, for everyone watching, this could potentially be our last epic music of the day.
So,
is it going to be a good one, Joe?
We have to make it epicer.
Is that possible?
I'm not sure that it is. But guys, we are going to be going to some epic music. Second game of Meet Your Makers versus KMT. If MYM win, they are joining Curse EU in Singapore. If KMT win, then we're going to go to a third and final game of the day. So, as per usual, don't go anywhere. No, really, don't go anywhere. So, guys, we are back and ready to get in to game number 2 of the lower bracket for the Intel Extreme Masters Singapore Cross-Realm Qualifier. I hope that's cleared it up for everyone who's asking in the channel, despite it being in the Twitch name and what have you. But it is, of course, MYM versus KMT, and we're in the second game. MYM leading 1-0 overall. So if they win this one, they will qualify for Singapore along with Curse EU, who won the winner bracket. And a quick rundown of the teams for MYM. We have Kubon on Irelia, Libic on Zyra, Charu on Zerath, Makata on Skarner, and Makler on Kog'Maw. And for KMT, we have Zazas on Shen, NZQ on Caitlyn, Overpower on Zillion, Arquel on Rengar, and Wursona EU on Nunu. As Caitlyn just got spotted there by Makata. No shots fired, though. Well, there is a trap over the wall. Are we going to see any early action? We saw it in game number 1, to be honest. We saw a lot of action at level 1 in that first matchup. Yeah,
if we don't see the action, then I'm going to be more surprised than anything, as you do have Jurassic Kog'Maw waiting in that tri-bush, sitting right next to a trap. Blood Bow going down on Caitlyn at the bottom, puts another trap in there. Nosy is currently spotted, or she is spotted right there, since you do get momentary vision. Nunu actually running in. Now having to run away right there.
Slow coming down, they're going in. Oh, they flashed in there to try and get the root in. And a flash away by Nunu keeps him safe. So now I think Nunu will be less unhappy with that than the Zyra, because, you know, I was just going to make a point about Zyra being in middle lane, but obviously she's a support Zyra, so just forget everything that Joe's saying, because it doesn't really make sense. Here we go then. Blue buff stolen away by Makata. Actually connects onto Libic. He's going to get exhausted. Zerath trying to put as much damage in as he can. Are they going to finish Libic off? He's not surely getting away from this. And what? They didn't get first blood? What did I miss?
No, they did.
Yeah, they got first blood there.
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about the blue buff steal. Wow, I am all over the place. So Jason, off you go.
Oh, son of a bee. So, NZQ getting that early kill in the spot lane right now. They did lose that blue buff, but getting that early advantage is definitely going to help out. It makes Kog'Maw play that much more passive with the bot lane with that Nunu there. They're going to get an early CS advantage over him. And this top lane, we've seen Rengar and Irelia actually play quite a few times against each other. I remember it was Team Black who ran Rengar against Irelia, and Rengar just leveled up the bullet strike the entire time, but Cubone with that nice minion wave advantage, actually pressuring Arkel right there. Oh, you're still on the bot lane.
Yeah, because Shen's actually waiting here currently for that one. I don't think we're going to see a kill out of this top lane, although you never quite know. So Makler has finally come out of his camping on the tower routine, but Zazas is coming around the side. There's a snowball in on towards Makler, a good route onto Zazas. Makler is forced to flash away, but Libic is going very low. One more hit from Caitlyn. Oh, not quite finishing it off, thanks to the pot running there on Zyra. Without that potion running, she would have actually died. And where's that other
and the mid lane
from? Yeah, the mid lane.
Yeah, it's really annoying, those pings with the Zillion. But that Zillion, wow, I'm everywhere now, Joe, thank you. Now that Shenton actually just missed, and that would have been a guaranteed kill on the Libic, forces him back out of lane, and they can just keep harassing him. Level 1 to a level 3 Caitlyn. I mean, the health not really going to be there. It's going to be easy for Caitlyn to really pressure him and force him to not be aggressive as a support, as he does pick up a couple more, one more ward, comes back to lane. But this bot lane, I mean, Mitra Maker is getting very pressured very early on.
And I just heard that ping again, but no one's low health.
Irelia.
Okay.
Yeah,
but that's what I annoys me a little bit, because it pings when they're low HP, but you don't see them flashing the whole time. It's like, damn it. Here we go then. They're going to try and get in on towards NZQ. Can they finish this one off? Makata coming in. Flash used by Caitlyn. Has she got a point in the net? No, she doesn't. So doesn't have that escapability. Can they finish off, though? Yes, they can. Makata gets the kill. Red buff really helping out there.
I thought Kate was actually going to escape from that Nunu slow. We were talking about how powerful it is to run away from a Skarner, but that flash just that much more powerful. Really was forced out of top lane. And had to go back and buy, picking up a Doran shield, which we keep seeing more and more these days. Libic able to catch up in levels now, as we see Makler backing to actually buy. Has an assist, only 600 gold to his name, so just a Doran's blade going to be picked up for him, maybe a couple more pots. And Caitlyn still is matched up on items, if not ahead, because of that Vampiric Scepter. She does have that one kill in her favor, not to mention a little more CS. Zlibic trying to finish off the push into that tower to deny some XP, but it's not going to be enough as he gets back to lane right now. NZQ, like, are you just calling him NZQ? Well, NZQ, or are you actually trying to NZQ? Or I don't know.
I said NZQ, which is weird since I'm English. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm rubbing off on you, Joe.
So, Shen here.
Egg.
We have no Anivia in
I
this
bet
game.
you you're going to say that and like
And not
completely
mean
realize.
to.
Yeah.
So, Kubon, how's he doing? 27 to 36 CS. Obviously was forced home. Rengar's just gone back. Actually going aggressive here. Picking up that Doran's Blade, the longsword as well. So wanting that extra damage to really drive his advantage home against this Irelia in the top lane. But we've said it so often that Irelia is just overall a very steady pick against most champions in this top lane. And we all know that Trinity Force and a Guardian Angel is really all you need out of an Irelia.
Yeah, she really doesn't lose to any champions. Very safe pick. As Makata coming in for gank. Actually laying that taunt in the mid lane onto Mazillion, putting out some damage onto him. But because Makata, how fast he is, not able to finish him off. But Overpower doing a good job so far. Actually, doesn't have any items to his name yet, but sitting there at level 6. Sharu, no mana, level 5. Overpower actually could push him out of lane a little bit here, as the blue buff finally is up for Makata, as they did steal that initial one away from KMT. And was this one up the entire time, Joe? I didn't actually see this one get taken.
No,
because it's too early for it to be up.
he had a double buff coming into that bottom lane.
It's too early for it to be up.
Yeah, that's true. So it must have been up the whole time. Didn't really notice that. So yeah, bottom lane CS, 29 to 41. You can expect it. That's the annoying thing about Caitlyn, that with other AD carries, if you're behind, you can farm on your tower like to the best of your ability. Against a Caitlyn, it just becomes even more annoying because of the range that she actually has in there as well.
Yeah, she's like, hey, cool, you're under a tower. I can still hit you and run away before I get hit by a turret.
Yeah, I'm still out of range to get hit. So what are you gonna do?
Well, we'll see how this game develops. Caitlyn obviously does fall off pretty hard late game. Can't keep up with Kog'Maw and the damage that he has. Though the traps so far have been doing a lot of work for him. I mean, it helped him get that first blood onto Libic. But we'll see how it happens in these team fights. I mean, I want to say Muchi Maker's very strong in these team fights and the composition they have.
Are they going to dive middle here? Rengar in the brush. Shen actually going to the top side now, so I'm not sure if they are going to go for that one.
They know Rengar's there because they have that ward in that bush.
Yeah.
So he was just wasting time right there, as Makata is actually sitting near just in case they did go for it, so you can help him out. Sitting at level 5, only about not even a quarter of the way to level 6. Shen take his own blue buff. Makata not going to be able to get there in time, though. Actually, might be able to smite it away right now. Zillion, yes, he does. Zillion's time bomb wasn't quick enough to finish it off, and Makata steals that blue away from him. That's going to keep Overpower actually really hurt in this middle lane, as he already is pretty damn low on mana, as Charu not going to be going for it. Getting some very low, and I want to say that could have been a kill right there if he committed on it. He did have that stun back up again, but oh well, he will push him out of lane, makes Zillion go home, buy a couple of items, as he does have 1,700 gold, so either way, he's not, actually not 1,700 gold, sorry about that, 1,800 gold, so even more for him, as he does have a lot to spend, and Xerath actually had the 1,700 gold.
So, they picked Kha'Zix, but Kha'Zix was just a placeholder for them because apparently he doesn't own Caitlyn. By the way, you can get the ESL TV Premium, which does allow you access to 720p. Also counts for all shows that we do for ESL TV. And also, Intel Extreme Masters, ESL Pro Series, ESL Major Series, everything. That's how it is. So yeah, 1-1, 9.4 to 9.7. This bottom lane, Kog'Maw's trying his damn hardest, but
all he has to do is hold on,
Yeah.
Doesn't really have to force anything early on. Just hold on to that later game, and you'll be fine.
Is he gonna hold on though? He's very low health.
He doesn't have hands
the whole time.
Does Kog'Maw have hands? I don't think Kog'Maw has hands.
Not even little ones at the front like T-Rex. I don't think he does.
I guess he does have tiny ones. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
very
he does.
tiny.
Yeah, like T-Rex hands.
I used to think these were his eyes. and then I got a completely different visual of him. If you look at it as those are his eyes, you're just like, whoa.
And he's got a big nose.
Maybe that's why I was so attracted to him.
Could be.
Dick.
So it seems like we've got a couple of problems.
Let's check out chat, see what's happening. They're not saying anything. Never mind. But we do have the go-go-go's going out, so we will be resuming here. And hopefully won't be too far behind in time, so we'll have to actually speed back up to catch up. Makati down in the spot lane, just sticking around. We see the ultimate coming out of Caitlyn. Not going to do enough damage. Makati should be able to hit level 6 under this tower now.
Yeah, we'll surely hit level 6, as the game doesn't want to hit live ever.
Yeah, it doesn't. It always does
go.
this. Mine's messed up completely.
Yeah.
Back to live.
So yeah, Makata will hit level 6. Only one more minion needs to go down in front of him, and he will hit it. There we go, level 6. And that's where Skarner becomes his most prolific. Once he's got that impale to get in, pick someone out, and bring them home for victory.
Nice
for
word,
dinner.
Joe. Prolific?
Prolific, good word,
like
good word. So yeah, let's have a look at the top lane again. Rengar actually out farming the Aurelia. Skarner got a slight advantage in the jungle. Middle lane is pretty much bang on even, and around about a 20 CS difference in this bottom lane. Although with Caitlyn going back home,
Okay, sorry, never mind. Never mind, you're correct.
yeah, it's now not quite that much because Kog'Maw is farming. So he should bring himself back fairly even with that one. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Kubon has to be really careful here what he gets himself into because Shen is there. There goes the taunt down. Kubon could go down as he flashes himself away. Arkwell's going to go down. The bowler strike, obviously, when he's got those 5 points in his ferocity, don't become a slow. They are a root, and that's what really caught him out there. But in the middle lane, Charu starting to do good amounts of damage. I actually got an Amp Tome plus a Doran's Ring and that Chalice currently. Zilean got the Chalice as well, but that's 2-1 in kills still in favor. They're going to go for this blue buff once again by the looks of things. Makata is over there. They've taken the last 2 away.
It's not even going to be up soon.
Yeah,
At 13 minutes it'll be up. Looks like they're just going to run for a gank instead.
Oh, they may just go and try
Ooh.
and dive this one. They've seen...
Oh, no, the Shen ulti.
They've seen the Nunu, and they've gone for this Nunu. The ultimate's going to come down from Nunu. And actually, Xerath coming in. He's got the stun. Nunu will finally fall. Now Zaz's in trouble. He's forced to flash away. Can they continue to push? I think my MYM are happy. What is Zilean doing? He is on a mission that's not probably a good one. I'd call it more of a suicide mission, as Makala's going to die, and they're not going to get the kill onto Overpower. That was interesting. I mean, you saw what he was trying to do, trying to outlast the Zilean ultimate.
Yeah.
But in the end, Zilean doesn't die and then just flashes over the top.
And Shen gets a double kill. Now 3-0-1. Has that Heart of Gold. Has an Oracle Elixirs as he picks it up right now. And no Magic Mantle. So, KMT, I mean, they're doing a lot better than the first game. It was kind of a shutout. It was like 22-8, I want to say, Meteor Makers beating them. But this one, a lot closer. Sitting there with a 1,000 gold lead with 2 kills ahead, and getting harassed with those polo strikes. So frustrating to go against.
Yeah, and he's a good amount of CS behind. Actually, he's going to put some good damage down here onto Arkwell before he starts to back away. Gets that pot running to get back to safety. Actually, Xerath is in the bottom lane, but he's going back, so that's not really anything worth touching on. But we've still not seen a dragon taken.
Yeah, I was actually expecting one after that initial gank they had at the bot lane, but
yeah,
they got caught by Shen and it got turned around on him. But Livik, now level 6, does have that ultimate available to finally knock up the enemy team. Will be very nice to actually counter up that Nunu ultimate and also get him caught. If you think about it, if Nunu tries to let it, channel, they could potentially catch him. As Q1 trying to bait Rengar in this top lane, they do have Makati up there. He does have ultimate available. However, so does Arkel. He could actually stealth away here unless they can burst him down quick enough, which I don't think they really have the damage to.
As we do see a stun come onto Arkwell. Does have 5 points now in ferocity. But he's not falling for this one. He does not get baited. As Xerath has started to work up as well. Blue buff is available for MYM on their side. Arquel's actually going to face check the bush here. He's going to get impaled. Shen's starting to come in.
They're
going to lose him. He's going to die. The damage is there. The ignite was on him as well. Now Zazas needs to get away. Being a Shen, he should be tanky enough right now, but they've got Zerath coming in from the bottom, and there is the kill. It's a shutdown. Nice reward given over. 366 gold at that point. And, well, just a great play out of MYM overall. It's one of those unfortunate situations as the Rengar in that position where you're like, okay, he might be there, but I've got 5 points in Ferocity and I've got my ultimate ready.
Yeah, and Shen's
right next to me. But it would have been better if Shen had ultimated, actually, the ironic thing.
Yeah, it was unfortunate on cooldown for him since he did jump to that bot lane, but I didn't think they had the damage to kill him, and yet Aurelia just put out an insane amount of burst. And with that ignite taken off, he did finally fall. He did try to pop that stealth, but it just wasn't enough. I was actually really surprised to see they have the damage for that. But in the bot lane, we see Kog'Maw just trying to farm away. He does have the ultimate to keep up with the range of Caitlyn now, but the thing he doesn't have is the speed that Caitlyn has with that Blood Boil.
Yeah, that Blood Boil is really something. As we see the root landing, Makler can't really go head-to-head. Obviously, every 8th shot, Caitlyn gets a nice damage boost from a passive headshot.
Should be 150% if I'm mistaken.
Yeah, headshot. Yeah, it's a really nice passive, that one.
Especially with
it's like having a wriggle somehow in that lane, like the proc every so often.
Yeah, and you have a Nunu to actually help you proc, much more often.
Yeah.
But we do have Makade into the spot lane. Does have an Oracle impale up in 6 seconds.
Oh,
I believe he was spotted though.
Available.
I believe he was spotted though by that ward.
Yeah, but his flash is available. He can cover some good ground.
Oh, Zerath, you're going to give it away.
Yeah, but Nunu's actually come out. The roots actually landed on Caitlyn, and they're pulling the Caitlyn in. Zerath from the side. Here is Sona going to go down. No, not quite. Manages to escape just about.
Rengar and Zilean coming in. Rengar with that speed buff and the ultimate going to try to jump on someone, trying to go for Libic. Instead switches over to Mac. We probably could have picked Libic up there. But wow, what a play. Did you see the interaction between Zerath and Skarner? Like, he pulled him into to Zerath's Q.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful play.
And that's the thing about Meet Your Makers. We talk about how much potential the Polish scene has. Meet Your Makers as a team have been around for a good amount of time, and they've got the synergy here. They know each other inside and out. As we are seeing this dragon being done. Zerath just poking in Jason, obviously taking sexual innuendos from that statement. And they back away, taking the dragon. So that actually leaves them behind still in gold. Obviously, that one turret taken in the top lane there by Aurelia really helping things out. But as I was trying to say, with the whole in and knowing each other in and out, which is a really common statement from commentators in sports and everything, Jason. So I'm not sure why you would find
I'm tired.
Sexually appeasing. So here we go then. Are we going to see this Zilean go down? I want to say he should have died already. From that little bit of a weird thing earlier. But obviously not just yet. But the stun coming down from Zerath, and he's got his ultimate in. Yeah, you've got to be hopeful that your burst and your stun, more importantly, comes down quick enough that you actually don't give him time to get his ultimate off. Which is really hard because it's not... You have a split second to...
Yeah, you definitely don't want to let him get it off.
Oh, but here we go. Aurelia's coming down. That ultimate is down, of course, and Kubon has the health. The Ignite is running one more tick, and it doesn't quite go down. 30 HP left on the Zilean, and that is just somewhat annoying for Meet Your Makers. Been so close to killing him twice now.
Sorry, I'm just reading chat a little bit there.
Scumbag pervert Jason. That's his answer. Which sounds wrong.
All right, Makade in this bottom lane right now. Doesn't have flash, but does have that impale. They're trying to bait him in here. Libic actually lands the grasping roots. And
the ultimate from Zyra is going to come down as well, but he's dodged it. Makata wasn't quick enough to come out, but maybe Kog'Maw can follow it. Makata not giving much of a care. There goes the slow.
Oh, no, Zilean coming around. So is Shenjo.
Oh, this could be bad, but they've not got minions on the tower. They need to somehow get out of there. Makla has to run for dear life. Shen may just get the kill. Zilean is there. Makata get the hell away from Makla.
Hug each other.
And there is a slow, nice slow coming in. The stun from Zerath. They've turned it around. And he's got his goddamn ultimate up again, and he's managed to get the kill onto Kog'Maw. Will he escape? Impale comes in, and that just about seals the deal on that front. Charu is going to pick up the kill. Rengar is coming in. Charu needs to get away from this. He's going to put as much damage in as he can, but here is Irelia, and there is the kill onto Charu. Kubon is now slowed up as well. They've got the ultimate coming from Nunu. The tower's not going to save him from that, and that will be more kills. I mean, 4 people taken down there. Makato escaped with hardly anything. This is going to be a tower following in, and a great turnaround.
That was a 4-for-1.
Yeah. And it was, you know, again, overextensions by Meet Your Makers. I still think that it was a mistake to follow in, especially after the fact that Makata didn't react to that Zyra ultimate.
Yeah, I felt like they were trying to bait him in, as Zyra just used all of her cooldowns, trying to be like, oh, we can go in against Meet Your Makers right now since he has nothing up, as Arkel getting pretty low here. Should be able to escape, though, as he does have that Blood Boil from the speed. But yeah, I thought Zyra was trying to bait him in. Unfortunately, Makata just didn't react quick enough and doesn't have that Impale up and not able to slow their Dragon. Should be up fairly soon, as I'm trying to find 15:32. So, yeah, fairly seems like 3 minutes.
Half of its cooldown.
Yeah.
Respawn time rather than cooldown. But we are seeing Zyra actually coming around to that Tribush. Ward goes in, and Caitlyn's going to get stopped from recalling, but she could 1v1 Zyra as the plant comes down. Annoying Zyra is annoying.
I would say Zillion's more annoying with that ultimate. That's going to be frustrating for Meet Your Makers.
They've backed away again, and they're going to lose a tower for that.
Pet peeve number 1.
Yeah, and that middle tower went down as well. So all of the first turrets taken down on every single lane. Those tier 1 turrets down. It's only a 500 gold difference as that blue buff is now in there. Oracle on Shen will clear out a pink ward. That's an expensive one for your support to be putting down and losing straight off, Jason.
Yeah, it's... I want to say the Korean meta kind of... I mean, the way they run Oracle so early on. We do have an Oracle on Skarner and on Shen. It's kind of never been worth it to buy pink wards unless you're trying to sneak like an early Baron and you kill off their Oracle, or you lose yours. I mean, you're definitely right. It's a lot of money for support to invest into a ward. One
thing that we saw in 2011, actually, going all the way back to the World Cyber Games where MYM finished second, they really brought out, we saw it first in Go for LOL EU Nordic and East, they were a very pink ward orientated team. They put a lot down in this bottom lane, obviously where the support is there, and they really brought that forward, and we saw it a lot from them at the World Cyber Game as well. Since then, obviously, early Oracles have become more the standard, which offers a lot more diversity than those static pink wards, of course.
Well, I will say this. I mean, their meta has kind of changed the way the game's being played, but I love the way the meta changed. It's much more fast-paced, a lot more action. And that's always fun for commentators because, you never really enjoy, well, it depends, but you never mostly enjoy, 70, 80-minute long games with nothing happening. You want to see quick action, quick plays, because it really does show how good a team is. If you can make split decisions just like that, it shows your experience. But we do have a push on that mid lane coming out of KMT right now. Actually, should be able to get this tower, actually, as they back away. A little bit scared of that pull out of Makate. And, Joe, I'm going to say it again because I always seem to bring it up. Is that Skarner's one of those few champions left that kind of forces the other team into an item.
Yeah, into that Quicksilver Sash. Obviously, Cleanse doesn't do anything against it. Will we see a Quicksilver Sash, though? Makato actually is going to flash in there. Zillion flashing away from it. And MYM, I suppose they'll take that any day. I mean, they lose quite a bit of their initiation power not having the flash on the Skarner.
And Skarner not even going for boots of mobility, which is kind of a little bit interesting.
Yeah, considering his entire role with starting off fights. Dragon is being done, will go down before the red team are able to get in on that one.
Oh, Zin on the side.
Oh, yeah, but he's got his speed boosting now as Libic is actually going to take a lot of damage. Arkwell will dive in. Here comes a lot of damage, though, from Meet Your Makers. This is going to be 2 at least. Rengar, obviously, picking up the Zyra kill. Kubon got the bomb on him as well. Arkwell is going to die. Kubon will die as well. And they're going to focus on towards Nunu. Yeah, focus the Kog'Maw. You've got to kill the Kog'Maw. He's going to keep going in. Double kill for Kog'Maw. Can he finish off Zillion, who's already used his ultimate here? He's got that speed boost. Damn those Caitlyn traps as well, I'm sure Charu is saying right now. But that is the danger of a Kog'Maw. He stays outside of the fight. You've got to kill him. You've got to get onto him.
I think KMT was going for that other strategy of how to kill Kog'Maw by finishing off his
that
team
we heard
first.
today in the IPL 5 Korean qualifiers. Go for the Kog'Maw last and kill the rest of his team so he's got no protection.
Yeah, but
as you see, doesn't work.
Makler, though, I mean, very good positioning on his part. You know, we kind of really never talk about that too much.
Oh, he may go down here, Zillion. Oh, not quite. If he only had 4 charges and not 3.
We never really touched on it, though, Mo.
Mo?
Wow. We never touched on it much, though, Joe. How good positioning is for AD carries. Because it's really hard to notice sometimes in teamfights while they're happening. I mean, typically don't go back over a fight and look at it too much. But it definitely is a key feature that makes you a really good AD carry, is just knowing where you can go, knowing your limits. And as we see there, that's how it pays off. It turned the game back around for them because they did get, almost an aced. They lost 4 members for 1 in that last major team fight at that bot lane, and this time they turned it around.
Yep, 10 for 10. Gold advantage with Meet Your Makers. And the ultimates are all coming back up again on both sides of the board.
God, I'm running right past that. I don't get attack move. I swear that is my biggest pet peeve ever, is why people don't attack move the entire time.
So one thing that I also find interesting, actually, Jason, is if you look down the ultimates that we have in this game, how different they are in terms of their roles in fights. I mean, look at MYM's and how much damage they offer. The Irelia ultimate, Libic's ultimate gives good damage. I mean, it's not AP, but it's still fairly good amount. Plus the knockup. Charu is just massive amounts of damage. Makata's Impale coming in, and obviously Kog'Maw's ultimate. Slightly different to the rest since it's tiny cooldown, but so much damage. On the other side, you've got Shen, who gives you the shield. You've got Zillion, it's all utility. I mean, Nunu's ultimate does very little damage when he's got no AP.
Yeah, it's just for that slow.
Caitlyn's ultimate...
You don't really use it at the end of a fight. You use it in the beginning to start it off.
Yeah. So they're really different sets of ultimates, I want to say. And I think as MYM gets stronger, as this Seraph gets a lot more AP built up, as Kog'Maw just becomes what Kog'Maw becomes later in the game. They're actually going to pull the Nunu in there, and that was a slight mistake, I want to say. They weren't ready for that one, Meet Your Makers. Makata getting a little ahead of himself.
And why pull a Nunu when he doesn't even have an Oracle?
Yeah. Maybe he just knew something we didn't.
No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I didn't want to congratulate you on that one.
Oh, that's smart from Kog'Maw to throw his ultimate first into the bush. Did they just steal that? Yes, they did. Charu stole it. Scumbag Zeros with their insane range.
Jason Moat Kaplan. No. Jason Moat Kaplan. I don't know. I've been at this. It's almost midnight. And I've been at this since 4 p.m., so I'm a little tired.
Jason has been trooping along, obviously, while I was, at the pub watching football. Sounds really bad. But, I thank Jason for that. We are a team here, and that's what I like. I would do it for Jason any day of the week if he wanted to go and watch some crappy American sport.
And if I lived out of the office.
If he didn't live here and, if his daily commute wasn't literally about 5 steps.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I'm going home now, guys. 10 seconds later, he's in bed. Actually, I sometimes wish that compared to living at the other side of the city. It's something different.
That is a good point, because then, you're really tired when you leave work sometimes after, casting for how many hours, and you just want to go to bed. And yet you have to, take the tram or take a taxi. Oh, well. I don't want to be living here, to be honest. I can't wait to actually pick up a computer just so I can finally do stuff from home. And also, Joe, I want to join a gym.
Oh, we are going to see a fight, though, Jason. As Arkwell dives in. There is the ultimate coming out from pretty much everyone. Arkwell going to get the ultimate from Zillion, but Zillion will die. Arkwell back into the fight. Makata will fall. Kubon is still there. But look at Kog'Maw's health. Look how healthy he is. That is wrong. That should not happen. That shouldn't be allowed to go down. The Kog'Maw is going to get the 1 kill. Caitlyn is there. What's she going to do? Have to get safe behind the turret, and that will be a 3-for-1. Kubon went so very, very low. Charu not exactly healthy either, but they've got those kills, and that will put MYM further into the lead. Looking at the scoreboard, 4-1-7 for Xerath, 2-1-10 for Skarnet. Cogmore 327, but we've seen there how important the focus is. We said it in that last fight as well. You can't ignore a Cogmore. You just, or any AD carry for that matter, you just can't do it.
And the thing is, with a Caitlyn, you don't really have the ability to get in there onto anyone. I mean, you have some good damage, but you have one ability that actually does damage in a fight, which you honestly don't even use unless they're lined up. Who do they really have to jump on this Kog'Maw? And it's all on that Rengar, who doesn't have
Rengar.
He doesn't have the damage he needs. And not to mention, he'll be kited. He can be grasping, rooted by Libic. He just can't get in there. Yeah, the Zilean did use the ultimate on him, but as you saw, he was nowhere near the Kog'Maw. We had Shen all the way pushed into them. And like, he was just getting focused down the entire time. And just, I don't know. I mean, an Orianna would force them together. That's instead of a Zilean. I mean, you could put it onto Rengar. You can have Shen teleport, or actually, sorry, ultimate with the Orianna ultimate. And the ball, it's just, you can really pull them together. They just don't have that solid initiation. Like a Malphite initiator would be better. I mean, they wouldn't have the damage they need, but they just don't have that ability to get into that back line, which is what they, like you're saying, they have to do. You cannot let Kog'Maw just be attacking the entire time, or you're going to have a bad time as they currently are. I mean, because they had a strong lead. They really did, and they're just slowly losing it because they're not focusing the right targets down.
Here we go then. Xerath going to burst over, and we are going to see Rengar coming in. He does have his ultimate. Oh, Caitlyn ulti is going to come in as well. Makler taking the shot, but again, Makler is at the back. Finally, Shen's got onto Makler, but he's alone, and he can't do anything with that. They need to focus down this Rengar next. Caitlyn, to be honest, he's not offering too much of a problem for them. Makata will finally fall here. Libic actually takes the hits, and, well, Caitlyn, I said not doing too much, but actually, in the end, was pretty damn strong with those kills. But still, Cogmore racking him up.
Yeah, Makata, that was a really good play from him. I don't know if you noticed, but we had Rengar jump into the back onto Libic, which I don't know if that was actually the correct target he meant to jump on. He almost did kill him, but he pulled Rengar off of him. And they just killed him while he was in the Zilean. I mean, he was in ulti, but they just killed him. So, great play by him. Instead of using it as an initiate, he's using it as a defensive ultimate.
Which you can afford to do there. Drag